My name is Dr. Christy McMullen, and the purpose of this video is to give you a little insight into what it might look like if you choose to use me as your keynote speaker. So I am a 24-year educator turned entrepreneur, and in the last 17 years, I have been teaching adults. Specifically, I've been teaching adults how to be better communicators, and I want to do that with your company as well, and really give everybody from every component of your company, whether they are working with policy or programs or actuarial work or finances, that they would become better communicators. I understand that this is going to be the first time that all of these folks have been in the same place at the same time. So the number one goal of my time with them would be to get them to build some community. That's the most important thing that we can ask people to do when they're in a new space, is to get to know each other and to break that ice a little bit. I know icebreaker sounds yucky. This would be the kind of icebreaker that people would be talking about for years to come. So the time spent together would be very interactive. It would be the kind of space where people would be up and moving, even though there are 1,000 of them, and that would be very well orchestrated, I promise you. So in addition to really building some community, I would want to focus on creating some excitement for what's to come. I know that this is the very beginning of some time together, and there are going to be lots of different presentations and information given. I want them to feel so comfortable with each other when all of that stuff happens that they really feel like they can move forward and enjoy each other's company. But the way that I'm going to do that is by putting some tools in their tool belt. So I wrote a book called Learning Can Stick, and in that book it takes an educator's perspective into the business world and says, if you make every interaction safe, logical, fun, and memorable, then people will remember what you said. So I'm going to spend some time talking about what each of those things mean. Safe is not like, okay, the OSHA rules are followed. Safe is psychological safety. Can I ask questions? What do I do if I make a mistake? Does anybody know my name? And once they know my name, do they know anything about me? So we're going to talk about how you can make your environments more safe, whether that's a one-on-one conversation with your 16-year-old about whether or not they can get a car, or a really important client meeting where you're bringing on multi-million-dollar companies. So safe is first, but logical is important. Logical means that you have a plan and that you stick to the plan, but you're not the only person that knows the plan. So how do I better communicate whether I'm having a 30-minute meeting or a 2-hour meeting or a 3-day meeting? What's the plan? What are we doing with the plan, and how can I contribute to that plan? So that's logical. Fun is so important. Believe it or not, stickers matter, and we'll talk more about that later. But more importantly, our brains only fire neurons when emotion is evoked. So I'm going to evoke some emotion and get people to have some fun together, but I'm also going to talk about fun means that people don't quit. So here's the reality. People quit things that aren't fun. We don't go back to a movie if we didn't like it the first time. We don't go on a second date when we didn't have fun on the first date. People quit things that aren't fun. So if you don't make work fun, people will quit. What does that mean? Fun means that you're using people's talents, that you're valuing who they are and what they bring to the table, and that they know how to do their jobs well. So how do you communicate that with your employees? And then the last one is memorable. The most important thing we can do in communicating is to make sure that we're not a one and done kind of communicator. So we have to sprinkle, splash, flood, drip, drip, drip information. The sprinkle is the email before the meeting that says, here are the 3 things we're going to cover, and then we have the flood of information, that's the meeting itself, and then the drip, drip, drip is the opportunity to have a follow-up email. Hey, we talked about this on Tuesday, and now it's Friday. What does that look like? So I would wrap that in a bow for your folks to make sure that they could replicate at least one part of that concept of the safe, logical, fun, and memorable. But I can go in whatever direction you wish. So if that doesn't sound like exactly what you're looking for, let me know, and I can very likely make it interactive so that people leave going, oh my gosh, that was an hour. I can't believe that it lasted that long. It went just like that. So if you have any questions or would like more information, I would love for you to reach out, and I can't wait to work with you. I'm so excited for this opportunity.